Welcome to eCareDiary.com's Caregiver Tips and Clips. I'm your host Meghna Girdhar. Each week we will focus on a caregiving issue in the form of a short educational video. The subject of today's video is how HIV safe are we today? The human immunodeficiency virus is one that targets the immune system and weakens people's defense systems. This could lead to infections in some types of cancer. As the virus destroys and impairs the function of immune cells, infected individuals gradually become immunodeficient. The most advanced stage of HIV infection is AIDS, which is also known as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This can take from 2 to 15 years to develop depending on the individual. AIDS is also characterized by certain cancers, infections, or severe clinical manifestations. According to the World Health Organization, HIV continues to be a major global public health issue. It has claimed more than 34 million lives so far. In 2014, 1.2 million people died from HIV-related causes globally. There were approximately 36.9 million people living with HIV at the end of 2014, with 2 million becoming newly infected with HIV in 2014 globally. The sub-Saharan African region is the most affected, with 25.8 million people living with HIV in 2014. It also accounts for almost 70% of the global total of new HIV infections. Between 2000 and 2015, new HIV infections have fallen by 35%. The other good news is that AIDS-related deaths have also fallen by around 24%, with about 7.8 million people having been saved due to international efforts. 1.2 million people are living with HIV in the United States, and 1 in 8 don't know it. So it's a long road ahead to find a cure and get this disease and contain it. HIV infection is often diagnosed through rapid diagnostic tests, or RDTs, which detect the presence or absence of HIV antibodies. Most often, these tests provide same-day results, essential for same-day diagnosis and early treatment and care. In 2014, approximately 150 million children and adults in 129 low and middle-income countries received HIV testing services. More tools than ever are available to now prevent the disease, including pre-exposure prophylaxis for people who are at very high risk. Taking this medicine daily can reduce the risk of getting HIV from sex by more than 90%. Among people who inject drugs, it can reduce the risk by more than 70%. There is no cure for HIV infection. However, effective antiretroviral drugs can control the virus and prevent transmission. Global efforts have resulted in approximately 13.5 million persons in low-income and middle-income countries receiving antiretroviral therapy for HIV infection in 2014. Globally, more than 15 million people are on ART, which is the antiretroviral therapy. By mid-2015, 15.8 million people living with HIV were receiving this therapy globally. On World AIDS Day, new World Health Organization recommendations will launch to help achieve targets. These include the use of innovative HIV testing methods, customizing treatment approaches to meet the full diversity of people's needs, and a wide spectrum of prevention options. To end the AIDS epidemic by 2030, as part of the Sustainable Development Goals, what is required is investment, commitment, and innovation. Rapid progress has to be made by 2020. Quickening the pace for essential HIV prevention and treatment will limit the epidemic to more manageable levels. If the response is too slow, the AIDS epidemic will continue to grow with a heavy human and financial toll. To access more caregiver tips and clips, visit us at www.ecarediary.com. Until next time.